to another jewelry making video brought to you by keepsakecrafts.net. Today we're going to be making this really cute and dangly bracelet using a rainbow of Swarovski crystal hearts. So to make this bracelet, I went digging through my collection of Swarovski crystal hearts and had enough to make a rainbow. But of course, if you don't care for rainbows, they are very popular right now. But if they're not your thing, you can always use all one color, or you could use several shades of the same color, like blues or greens or pinks or whatever you like. But I have 10 millimeter Swarovski crystal hearts here in a rainbow of colors. To accent them and kind of tie everything together, I have 11 6mm pearls. I also have 11 bead caps for those pearls, although if you like you could add a bead cap to each end. I have 11 head pins, little ball head pins. I have 10 8mm jump rings, those are for the crystals, a lobster clasp, and also a piece of chain. And the way I measured the piece of chain was I wrapped it around my wrist and cut it so it would just fit. And then I figured the clasp would take up any slack, and that was my measurement. I also went ahead and counted the links. So in between the end links there are 21 links, which is how I got my number of 10 hearts. With a pearl on each side, that's 11, that makes 21. For tools, you'll need round nose pliers, a couple pairs of chain nose pliers, and wire cutters. Now these links on this piece of chain that I chose to make my bracelet are soldered, so we're going to have to attach our pieces right to the bracelet. So the first thing I'm going to do are all my wrapped loops for my pearls. So you take a head pin, slide on a pearl. If you're using 2 bead caps, you'd slide on your other bead cap now first. But slide on a pearl and then a little decorative bead cap. And this is very fine wire, so I am definitely going to make wrapped loops here. I'm going to hold that wire right where it comes out of the bead cap, give it a 90-degree bend with my chain nose pliers. Tuck in round nose pliers, wrap the wire around the loop as far as it will go, and then reposition your round nose pliers and finish your loop. Now it's at this point you have to pay attention and not get all excited like I sometimes do and finish the loop without adding it to your project. So I'm going to slide it onto the second chain here. I'm leaving the end links for the clasp. So I'm just going to slide that loop right onto that link and then hold it closed with chain nose pliers and wrap it around. Like I said, this wire is very fine. I'm using my fingers, but if it's any heavier, just go ahead and use another pair of chain nose pliers. Wrap it around. Use your wire cutters to trim the excess wire. And if you need to, take your chain nose pliers and tuck in that wire end. Now this is long short chain, so I'm only going to use the long links. And I'm going to add a wire wrapped pearl dangle to every other one of these. And that should, if I counted right, bring me all the way down to the second one from the end. So here you can see I've added all of my pearl dangles to my chain. And note that I added all of them to the same side of the chain so that they'll hang evenly. It doesn't matter so much when they're on your wrist, but it's certainly easier to look at when they're on display. Also, you may notice that I've rearranged the order of my hearts. I didn't really love the transition from the pink to the blue, so I just put them on the ends. Again, not that it matters that much when it's on your wrist. And now it's time to add your hearts to jump rings and add them to your chain. You could wire wrap your hearts. I've shown how to in previous videos, but honestly I wasn't in the mood for another 10 wire wraps today. So I use these nice big 8mm jump rings, and you just grab them with one pair of pliers with the split at 12 o'clock, grab them with another pair on the other side, push one side away from you and pull the other towards you, and open them nice and wide so that you can get them into your hearts. And the 8mm size is just right to slide onto a heart and then slide onto a link of your chain, and then reverse the procedure, pulling the jump ring ends together, making sure they meet nice and snug and even, and then repeat that step to add all of your crystals to your bracelet. And there we are. I've added all of my crystal hearts to the bracelet. I really love the way the pearls tie everything together. Now there's just one more step, and that's to add my clasp. Now, as I mentioned before, these links are soldered, so I'm going to have to cut them open to add to the clasp. Now, if you look closely, you can tell there's a little bit of silver colored solder at the joint where it was soldered. So I'm just going to use my flush cutters and cut that open. And then I'm going to open this just like I would a jump ring with 2 pairs of pliers, and insert one piece of my clasp, and then close it up, again making sure that it's closed very securely, just like you would a jump ring. And repeat on the other side and add the other piece of the clasp, and your bracelet is done. One fun thing about a bracelet like this is that it doesn't matter what color you're wearing, everything goes with it. And there you have it, a really pretty circle of rainbow crystal hearts. Here's another look at the project we made today. I hope you enjoyed watching this and that you'll give it a try for yourself. Whether you use a rainbow or all a single color, make yourself something that you will love to wear or give as a gift. If you liked this video, please make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel so you'll see more like it. And also up on the screen are a couple more videos you just might enjoy. Thanks for watching. Happy creating. Bye-bye.